Did you know that your cat might love you dearly but still hate cuddling with you because of a hidden biological instinct? Many owners mistakenly believe their feline friends are aloof or unloving, but the truth is actually far more complex. There is a specific psychological trigger in your cat's brain that blocks affection when they feel their autonomy is lost. You might be accidentally activating their fight or flight response every single time you try to pick them up for a hug. Understanding this subtle mechanism is the key to transforming a distant roommate into a loving and affectionate companion. Most people assume that cats show love the same way dogs do, but this fundamental misunderstanding destroys the bond. If you have ever wondered why your cat runs away when you approach, you are likely making one of these common mistakes. The good news is that once you adjust your behavior to match their instincts, the transformation can be almost immediate. Let's start with the most common error, which is the physical technique used when attempting to hold or carry a cat. Many owners instinctively try to cradle their cats on their backs like a human baby, thinking this is a comforting position. However, in the feline world, exposing the stomach is an act of extreme vulnerability that triggers immediate panic. When you flip them onto their back, you are effectively removing their ability to defend themselves from potential threats. This loss of control causes their adrenaline to spike, making them associate your arms with a terrifying feeling of entrapment. Instead of feeling loved, they feel cornered, which explains why they might scratch or squirm desperately to get away. Another physical factor that is often overlooked is the current medical state of your cat, especially if they are older. Cats are masters at hiding pain, and what looks like a grumpy refusal to cuddle might actually be a symptom of arthritis. If touching their hips or spine causes them to lash out, they might be associating your hands with sharp physical pain. Always consult a veterinarian if your normally affectionate cat suddenly becomes withdrawn or aggressive when handled. Beyond physical pain, we must consider the crucial period of socialization that happens when they are tiny kittens. If a cat was not gently handled by humans between 2 and 7 weeks of age, they may never fully trust physical touch. Kittens learn by observing their mothers, so if the mother was a fearful stray, the kittens likely inherited that anxiety. This early programming can make them view human hands as potential predators rather than sources of comfort and safety. However, even well-socialized cats can reject affection if your timing disregards their strict daily routine and schedule. Cats are creatures of habit who view their daily territory patrols and grooming sessions as serious and important work. Interrupting them in the middle of their business to force a cuddle is seen as incredibly rude and disrespectful behavior. Imagine if someone picked you up and squeezed you while you were focused on a complex task. You would likely be annoyed. Respecting their schedule means waiting for them to be in a relaxed state before you attempt to initiate any contact. Scent is another invisible barrier that might be pushing your cat away before you even have a chance to touch them. A cat's sense of smell is 14 times stronger than yours, making them incredibly sensitive to perfumes and chemicals. Strong odors like citrus, mint, or heavy colognes can differ significantly from your natural scent that they trust. If you have recently applied lotion or handled another animal, your cat might perceive you as a stranger or a threat. They are territorial creatures who need to recognize the familiar group scent to feel safe enough to relax in your arms. Now, we must discuss the phenomenon of overstimulation, which confuses thousands of well-meaning cat owners every day. You might be petting your cat successfully when suddenly they bite your hand and run away without any apparent warning. This is not malice. It is a physiological reaction called petting-induced aggression, caused by hypersensitive nerve endings. Repetitive stroking can quickly turn from pleasant to painful, creating a sensation similar to static electricity on skin. When this threshold is crossed, the cat has no choice but to bite to stop the sensation immediately to protect themselves. Learning to read their subtle body language is the only way to prevent this breach of trust and keep the bond intact. Watch for a twitching tail, flattened ears, or skin rippling across their back as early warning signs to stop touching. The most shocking reason your cat avoids you might actually be that you are trying too hard to win their affection. In the animal kingdom, direct eye contact and a direct approach are often interpreted as threatening or aggressive moves. This explains the irony of why cats often gravitate toward the one person in the room who is allergic and ignoring them. That person is unintentionally signaling safety by avoiding eye contact and keeping their hands to themselves effectively. To the cat, this lack of pressure signals that the human is polite, non-threatening, and safe to approach on their own. You can use this psychology to your advantage by playing hard to get and letting the cat dictate the terms of engagement. Instead of chasing them, sit quietly on the floor and extend one finger towards them at their nose level to say hello. This is known as the consent test, and it mimics the way cats greet each other by touching noses to exchange scents. If they rub their cheek against your finger, they are giving you permission to proceed with a little bit of petting. If they ignore the finger or turn away, you must respect that boundary immediately and try again at a later time. Forcing the interaction when they have said no will only reinforce the idea that you are a source of stress and annoyance. Building trust is like a bank account. Every positive interaction is a deposit, and every forced hug is a withdrawal. You can accelerate this trust-building process by using high-value treats to create a powerful positive association. Keep a jar of their favorite snacks nearby and reward them simply for sitting near you without any pressure to cuddle. Gradually, you can offer a treat while giving a single gentle stroke, then stop before they have a chance to get annoyed. This teaches their brain that human hands equal delicious rewards, overriding their natural instinct to be cautious. It is also vital to understand that some cat breeds are simply not genetically wired to be lap cats or constant cuddlers. Breeds like the Bengal or Abyssinian are high-energy hunters who prefer active play over sitting still for long periods. Expecting them to act like a ragdoll or a Persian is setting both of you up for frustration and disappointment. Accepting your cat's unique personality is the highest form of love you can offer, even if it means fewer cuddles. However, even independent cats can become more affectionate if you create an environment that makes them feel secure. Elevated spaces like cat trees allow them to observe you from a safe distance, which paradoxically makes them feel closer. Slow blinking is another powerful tool you can use to communicate safety and affection in their own silent language. When you catch their eye, slowly close and open your eyelids to tell them that you are relaxed and pose no threat. If they blink back, it is a sign of immense trust and a major breakthrough in your relationship with your feline. Never punish a cat for not cuddling, as this will permanently destroy the bond and create fear that is hard to fix. Patience is your most valuable tool, as forcing a breakthrough will only result in a significant setback in progress. Remember that for a prey animal, allowing someone to hold them is the ultimate display of vulnerability and trust. They need to know with absolute certainty that you will let them go the moment they feel uncomfortable or trapped. Once they realize that they have the control to leave, they will feel safe enough to stay for longer periods of time. Start with short sessions of contact focusing on the areas they enjoy most, usually around the cheeks and the chin. Avoid the belly and the base of the tail until you are absolutely sure they are comfortable with more intimate touch. Pay close attention to the ambient noise and activity levels in the house when you are attempting to bond with them. A chaotic environment with loud noises or running children will keep their nervous system in a state of high alert. Create a calm, quiet sanctuary where they can let their guard down without worrying about sudden sounds or surprises. If you have multiple cats, jealousy or territorial tension might be preventing one of them from relaxing with you. Ensure that each cat has their own resources and safe spaces so they do not feel the need to compete for your attention. Sometimes, simply sitting on the floor with them instead of pulling them up to the couch can make a world of difference. Being on their level reduces the power imbalance and makes you seem less like a towering giant and more like a friend. Consistency is key. Try to interact with them at the same times every day to build a comforting sense of routine. As they learn that you are predictable and respectful, their natural curiosity will eventually draw them closer to you. Do not underestimate the power of play to burn off nervous energy before you attempt to settle down for some cuddles. A tired cat is a relaxed cat, and a vigorous session with a wand toy can transition naturally into a grooming session. Grooming them with a soft brush can simulate the feeling of being licked by their mother, releasing bonding hormones. This shared grooming activity is a primary way that cats in the wild strengthen their social bonds with each other. Always end the interaction on a high note, stopping before they get restless so they remember the experience fondly. If you respect their boundaries, they will eventually learn that you are a safe haven rather than a source of stress. The transition from an aloof roommate to a cuddlebug does not happen overnight, but the reward is worth the effort. Every cat has a different timeline for trust, and comparing your cat to others will only hinder your unique progress. Celebrate the small victories, like a headbutt against your leg or them sleeping on the foot of your bed at night. These are significant gestures of love that show you are slowly but surely becoming their favorite person in the world. The shocking truth is that the less you demand their love, the more freely they will eventually give it to you. By removing the pressure and offering them absolute autonomy, you create the space they need to choose you willingly. When a cat chooses to be with you of their own free will, it is the most genuine compliment you can ever receive. Understanding their language and respecting their instincts is the ultimate key to unlocking their heart forever. Join our community of cat lovers to discover more secrets about the feline mind that will change your life.